I feel that Mario's there.
Mario just stretching before we start today, Karl. What about just the Bifrost is still here?
It's ready. So we're just still playing better Sonic.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it the entire time. We've not been playing this game of how did this game do second one, it did Sonic's own gimmick better than it did. Because that's like the number one problem, isn't it, with Sonic games?
Yeah.
Where when they make 3D ones, the only good parts are the parts where you play as Sonic, and it's always just a shitty on rails level where you go really fast and there's no real challenge to it.
Well, it's like
they've never managed to do.
I really enjoyed Sonic Adventure 2 as a kid. And it's like, oh, the speed stages are great. It's like, that's 1/3 of the game. They're also the shortest levels of the game because they're the speed sections.
And can you go fast at any other point in the game?
Not really, no.
Can you in this game? And it's a full 3D world that you're free to explore in any way you choose.
What?
Yeah, how have I never... my familiarity with this game is admittedly very limited.
Yeah.
But the fact that this game has better running fast mechanics than fucking Sonic. And it's like, all you ever hear from Sonic fans is, well, it's difficult to make a game that does this, and Mario's done it.
Yeah.
And it's like a forgotten mechanic they never used again. And they did it as a flex.
Oh, God.
Because that's the number one problem, is that you have a Sonic game that runs that fast, it's almost impossible to control, so you have to do it on rails.
Yeah.
This game's proved that you can, fuck that. Just make a good world that's fun to explore.
Yeah, it's crazy. And this was what? Nearly 20 years ago? This is like 02.
Yeah. Because that's the exact same visual effect that you get on Sonic when he runs. Because that's one of my favourite things about those Sonic levels, where he doesn't actually run any faster. They just put so much speed blur on it and that weird Sonic boom around that you feel like you're going fast.
So I'm going to go get this life, because I think it's always just here.
Just always a free life. Oh man, I'm not having a rough day today, so I cut that fucking tip of my thumb off.
Yeah, Carl's like, Luke, so I know we said we were going to play Devil May Cry, but I've got no thumb.
Yeah, the very tip of my thumb's missing, and you kind of need the tip of your thumb to play a character action game like Devil May Cry.
Nah, Carl, you'll be alright.
Do you know what my favourite bit is? You know that if we recorded that and I went, look, I cut the tip of my thumb off, so I might not be very good, people are still going to bitch about me not playing too good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, immediately.
This doesn't start going out yet, has it? Carl, what the fuck?
I can't wait for this to start going out so we can start getting all the feedback of, Lucas, did you know? It's like, yes, I fucking know I'm playing the game.
Well, today, the first episode went live 2 days ago.
Ah, okay. Any feedback so far?
People just being like, oh yeah, Mario Sunshine, or oh no, Mario Sunshine.
Fair enough.
It's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, the thing is though, do you even need the blooper anymore now you got the turbo?
Well, we don't have the turbo in this bit.
Oh, is this the one where we kept crashing?
Yeah, and I just realised we never went back and actually tried this again. So Ricco Harbour's only ever had one shine unlocked.
Because we kept picking the faster one, didn't we? Let's go, baby. So I guess just go for middle blooper.
I think we went for middle blooper and it fucked us up.
Okay.
I can't remember which colour was the one that fucked us up, that's the issue.
Pink one was the one that went really fast.
Was it?
Yeah, it's the one that goes really fast, but it has really bad handling. So basically, we just fucked up on every corner. I love the idea of grinding a blooper. Where is the option that comes up to 50-50 rail slide? Ah!
It's like that shit is just a death. It's like, what?
Instant death, not retry. Super blooper surfing. When's this side game getting fully fledged?
When's the Sonic Riders version of this coming out?
Oh god, is there any game that shit the bed harder than that one?
I think that game had 3 games, you know.
Do you remember where there was the official Surf Shoes Sonic tie-in? Where the reason that Sonic grinds on rails is because they had a marketing deal with Surf Shoes.
It was soap shoes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they were weird grind shoes, and that's why he does it.
They got immediately discontinued from sale because so many kids used them and fell off fucking railings. Because the thing about how they worked is they had a weird plastic bit on the bottom.
Yeah. Oh well, that was nice and easy.
And they allowed you to slide down rails. The problem is that plastic very quickly wore away when you were grinding on stuff like metal railings. So what happened was, after about 2 weeks of being worn, they've just not slide. So what you'd have is kids and teenagers running up to railings, jumping, putting both their ankles on it, having no friction or having too much friction, and then rolling their ankles on a railing. And that's why you don't hear about them being for sale anymore, because so many kids got injured. It's not like with a skateboard. Like a skateboard, if someone gets injured trying to like grind a rail on a skateboard, you can say, well, you're not supposed to grind railings on your skateboard.
It's meant to be skated on, yeah.
Yeah, or like you go to a skate park and you wear helmets and you wear pads. But when like you've got footage in your ad of people sliding down railings, it's kind of hard to say that's not why they were invented for this.
Yeah, that's not the intended use for them. It's like,
well, I've seen Sonic doing it. No, it's good.
Oh, so how are you today, other than cutting your thumb off?
Well, it's really annoying because it's soaking through all the bandages because there's so many like blood vessels in your thumb. So I have like 4 layers of bandages, and apparently we checked. What you're supposed to do in this situation is you just keep putting more bandages on until the bleeding stops.
Yeah, okay.
The only solution you have, because you don't want to it to keep bleeding. And that was the issue for me of, there's just a little flap of skin left. And I was like in the middle of pulling it off, and my girl was like, don't do that. So you pull it off and then it won't heal. I'm like, for fuck's sake. So it's got this awkward, annoying flap of skin on it. And I thought, but hey. She was a bit more worried about it than I am, because I worked in a kitchen for years.
Exactly. Yeah.
I saw many a thumb get cut, and it's like, unless it's in the middle and you can see the bone, you're probably fine.
I was gonna say, I've had a couple of times where like people have cut themselves to the bone, and that's where you have to worry.
Yeah, it's just like it's literally just the very, very tip. Like the worst one I've had is when I've accidentally cut my thumb, then you cut into the thumbnail.
Ooh.
That's the worst one, because then your nails and then your nail flicks up every now and again. So you have to sellotape your nail down. So I apologise. Let's talk about something else, because I can already hear Lucas being like, ugh.
It's just because I'm getting flashbacks of when my sister she caught a finger in something and the entire fingernail ripped off.
Oh, okay, I've been there.
And it's like, just watching her with like one fingernail completely missing. But it was like completely hanging off, and we had to like pull it off her. And
Not great.
Yeah.
Let's just talk instead about how much like Sonic games suck ass. I get so annoyed. Like we've had this argument before. Not an argument, it's just me like proselytizing. Sonic does not deserve to be in Smash Bros anymore.
As people can probably tell, everyone gets so irate.
People get really mad about it. It's like, oh no, he's an iconic character. It's like, name his last good game. And people always say, well, parts of insert game they like were good, and they always mean like you said, the short bits.
Yeah.
And it's like, at this point, how have they not got enough of those to just make a collection of them?
And before everyone says, like, yeah, I get it, Sonic Mania was good, but as we always point out, that's the one not made by the Sonic team.
Yeah,
it's the
that's
one
the
that
one
fans fucking made.
Because they were sick of shit Sonic games.
How am I getting inside here?
Oh my, I thought that seagull was going to knock you over then. I thought that seagull was just coming in.
I've got to get right up there.
Hell yeah. So I do believe there's like a fan-made game that takes all the racing sections from like Sonic Colors and then adds them with the racing sections from like the Werehog one.
Unleashed, yeah.
Yeah, and it combines all of them into like one game, and it's short, but it's like, it's just Sonic. But it's weird how a game that has such a simple, well-defined gimmick has just so consistently floundered for relevancy for like 3 decades.
Well, yeah, because the gimmick is basically just got to go fast.
And they fuck it up every single time. Every single time. Like, going fast in that game never feels fun, even in the first game. And I've seen like this long breakdown of it where you're not actually supposed to run fast in Sonic. It's about learning the level. It's like, no, it's not. Like, that's
not how they marketed the game.
No, that's how like people have like grown to have fun playing it over the years. But the actual game itself, like, no, it's not.
That was not
a
nice
save,
the intended thing.
No,
like, it was not meant to be a slow, methodical platformer.
No, but it was supposed to be you go fast, and then every time you play that game, and you'll run, and just like stuff will fly from off screen and insta kill you. It's like great.
Yeah, especially like before it was widescreen, because obviously there's the widescreen remasters of them. People might not remember if they've played them. Like how bad
cutting corners
when it's like 4-3, and then out of nowhere, just like, oh, spikes. Oh, Mario.
Insta kill.
Oh, okay. I thought there was no fall then. I was like, Mario, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, Mario, at times, lets you go on more of just a stomping run than Sonic did.
Yeah. Like, you go faster in this game than you do in any Sonic game, because any time someone says, well, no, you don't, like, all those sections are on rails and the speed is completely artificial.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you look, it's mostly just motion blur.
Yeah, because as you said, I think it is, like, maybe Sonic Unleashed or something like that, where it's pretty much like you don't really go any faster, it's just motion blur and particle effects and stuff that make it look like you're going fast.
It's like when you play Anthem, and I know people are like, wow, Anthem.
Another secret stage.
The Anthem, you do supposedly move very fast in that game, but if you look, it's just all motion blur. And when you activate like the Iron Man mode, it's like, wow, you're flying through the environment so fast. Like, you're not. There's a shit ton of motion blur, and your character has like a giant rocket pack.
Yeah.
Realistically, like, I've ran faster in Prototype. The game Prototype, you move faster. And like, in these games, where if you've watched like speed runs, Mario fucking flies.
He holds
and
like,
but then if you compare that to like Sonic speedruns, the only reason Sonic flies is he's glitching through the air, T-posing. He's like Jesus posing his way through the level. Which is amazing, admittedly.
It is amazing, but not the intended way to play the game.
No. I love it. But speaking of T-posing, I recently started watching The Boys.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, like Jesus, Sonic, the imagery's right there. We can't avoid it. And I am just, this morning, I was in fits of giggles. Because that episode happened, it's like in the first season, where Homelander is at the Christian rally.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like saying, God bless America, as he like puts his arms out and Jesus Christ poses across a crowd of people. And I burst out laughing when I thought in my head, how is this satirization of comics as a medium have a less ham-fisted Jesus metaphor for like their Superman figure than the fucking Man of Steel films? Yeah. It's less ham-fisted and it's supposed to be a fucking satire. It's great. Like when you've got Homelander like fucking Christ airing into the crowd. I'm like, this is still not as bad as the Superman one.
Yeah, where it's just like appears from the heavens with people like
reaching out to him.
All reaching out to him like, oh my god, our Lord and Saviour. It's like, oh no.
Then he's at the Day of the Dead festival, so you got all the people with skeletons touching him. It's like, oh look, souls being saved by Superman, lost damn souls. Or the other one where he's in church. And it's like, oh, I have to save them. There's like a big picture of Jesus right behind him. It's like, fuck's sake.
There's quite a few times that happens in the Zack Snyder films.
It happens in all of them.
Yeah.
It's like all he does is T-pose. It's great. But I was just like giggling, like, how is this fucking satire less on the nose than the Zack Snyder films?
And probably at worst, it's about as bad.
And that
like,
says it all.
Even if you say, well, it's as bad, it's like, yeah, but it's not worse, is it? Oh my god, Karl.
Oh, here we go. This is a fucking stage.
Right, so welcome to the next 5 episodes.
Let's do this. Oh yeah, the acapella remakes.
I do like the acapella remakes.
They're very good, but as I've said, like acapella gets real fucking fast.
You know what else gets real fast, Karl?
Yeah. So do you remember the era when you were on YouTube? I think we talked about it, where like always had like the ukulele cover of every song, and then you had Walk Off the Earth, if you remember those guys. It was like the group of like 6-7 people who played one guitar.
Oh.
And they did like a really good cover of somebody that I used to know. But like again, that got really fucking old really fast. Because they were on like Jimmy Fallon and stuff like that.
Oh, right, yeah.
But like, it's the only reason that video got popular is because it was a gimmick. Mm-hmm. It was an interesting kind of novel idea. But when you see them trying to do it again, it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Just don't try and recapture something that was inherently a one-off.
But that's the issue, isn't it? Of like,
oh, that was clean. It was like nothing worse. I am a YouTuber for a living, and I'm fully aware it's like a finite existence. But when you like look at channels that had like one-offs or like,
but it's the same as like you know in music.
Oh,
like,
that's so clean, Lucas.
Yeah,
and then you see them trying to still grasp for relevancy.
Yeah.
And like one of the things that I did when I first started being on YouTube is I looked at all the channels that I used to like when I was younger, or ones that I remembered, and just some of them just stopped and they're like do something else now, but like, you know, keep the channel open to make some money.
Yeah.
And other ones they're still trying. Oh, what a save! Fuck it, yes, Lucas.
Ah!
Oh, god damn it! Oh, the lack of checkpoints in this is fucking brutal.
Yeah, it is brutal. At least there's the one up there quite early on.
So you know.
So if I can get to that every time, I'll be alright.
Yeah. Because this initial run, your last one was really clean.
Yeah.
But I just saw like, how many of these old YouTube channels are still trying and struggling to try and, like, you know, recapture that spirit. And I went, I'm never going to be like that. It's too depressing. It's too depressing to imagine.
Oh.
So, I remember the one that I think is it's Tomska.
Oh, yeah.
Like, back in the day when me and you were like in university, like, he was like one of the biggest, not prank YouTubers, what's it now? Skits.
Yeah.
Did funny skits with his friends at uni, and they were really big. And
my God.
What the hell was that, Lucas?
I don't know. I tried to be clever about it. Let's not be clever about it. Let's just get the job done.
Just get the job done. And I remember, like, he went away for a while. I'm not really sure why. I think there was like some sort of like personal tragedy there.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I won't delve into that. But I remember he came back and did a video, and it's like it's the same thing he used to do. I think it's a skit where the joke is that he kicks a baby,
right?
You know, which is funny. So it's always fun. Haha, violence against like babies. Haha, haha. But it's like 3.5 minutes long or something like that, and there's one joke.
Right.
And I just found myself thinking, like a couple of years ago, you probably would have been all right with this because, like, you know,
in
that
a
was
world
the
where
thing.
everyone's on like TikTok and shit.
Yeah, right. In a world where your audience now is used to Vine,
yeah,
you've got no fucking chance. And I wonder what like that guy thinks of how you like comprehend of like, oh, so crafted several minute long skit videos. No, fuck them. People want a 5-second video with one joke in it.
Yeah. And to be fair, like, yeah, I'll still contend, like, obviously TikTok is, when it's used for comedy purposes, essentially what Vine was. But I do miss those, like, Vine compilation days.
Yeah. And they are good, but I just feel like so bad for like old skit YouTubers who were used to making like 4 to 5 minute long skits.
It's one of those of like, I think that's just comedy in general though, isn't it? It's like, you have to adapt, and if you can't, it's like, well, fuck you.
Yeah, well, that's why you see old comedians complaining that they can't tell jokes they used to 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like, even if it wasn't like, you know, that times have changed in regards to like these kind of jokes being acceptable, you shouldn't be relying on jokes you told 20 years ago as a comedian.
Yeah, and it's one of those of like, I never watched it or anything, so it's not like my opinion, but I heard when Dave Chappelle came back, everyone was just like, man, these jokes do not fly right now.
Yeah,
like,
and he made an entire thing about it.
Very, very just old observations now.
Yeah, and like, he made his second stand-up special about that.
Oh, okay.
And I doubled down on it. It's like, oh god, Dave Chappelle, you're such a talented dude. He's
Yeah.
such a great comedian. Like, he was on like the cutting edge back in the day.
Yeah.
His humor. Like, he's the guy who wrote the racial draft, so he gets a pass forever. 'Cause that's the like one of the best skits of all time. He's also got
he was like one of the kings of comedy when he was on his high.
Yeah, and he told jokes that were like, you know, they cut to the bone.
Yeah.
And it's weird to see like, oh no, like now you're an old man.
Now he's just like, aha, young people. It's like, oh no, Dave Chappelle, what happened?
He does have though one of the greatest bits of all time. It's one that actually he got told not to make.
Oh right.
And it is the time haters. And one of his most famous skits is the player haters ball. And it's just about the idea of just haters. And people go in just like, you know, cussing out their haters. And Dave Chappelle wrote a skit about time haters. And they are when the haters go through time and they go to the era of slavery.
Oh god.
And the joke is that they go to the era of slavery and just shoot a slave owner.
Oh.
That's the joke. Like, they go there and they're like, there's like a white slave owner giving him shit, and he's like, oh, like Dave Chappelle in like full pimp outfit.
Oh yeah.
And he calls the guy a cracker. And he goes like, what does cracker mean? As well, it's a racial epithet used to describe people like you. We've come from the future to hate on you motherfuckers or something like that. And then there's a slave who asks him, so when will I be free? And Dave Chappelle says, how about right now? And just shoots the slave owner. And it is fucking incredible. But he was told, you are not allowed to have that skit air because we're worried about who it might offend. And Dave Chappelle used that in a bit on his show when he talked about it. And he says, like, who the fuck's offended by me shooting a slave owner? And if they are, why should I give a shit?
Yeah. Like, if they're offended by that, then fuck them.
Exactly. And it's weird to think that, like, you fast forward a couple of years and he's in a similar boat of, like, I think it's like transgender issues that he was like seemingly quite just unfamiliar with, and telling, like, you know, Like, the jokes that make you just go, oh, really?
Yeah,
That J.K. Rowling moment. But yeah, like, comedy changes really quick.
it does.
And I do wonder what went through the minds of like skit comedians, like the ones who tried to come back like Tomska did. It's like, why is no one watching our content? It's like, because people are used to 5-minute long videos. Oh god, no!
That's the thing is like, yeah, the length of like a Tomska video coming, well, you know, when he comes back in that time is probably the length of like a short Vine compilation, where it's like 20 different videos instead of one.
And man, have you ever watched like a Vine compilation?
Oh yeah,
of, like,
I used to watch them when I was like just drunk and tired.
Yeah, like the good ones. But have you ever seen like when you get to that the bad Vines?
Oh no, I don't think.
Because you got to remember, like some of the people who got big on Vine, they had to make a video every day, and they were making a video every day for like years. In some cases, there's a lot of really really fucking bad ones that just are not funny. And like, my girlfriend like really likes Vines. So she put on a compilation like an hour-long one, and you get to like the 20-minute mark, and you can tell, fucking hell, some of these people were reaching for content.
Oh god!
Like some of these are just not jokes.
Yeah.
Like you can see they're literally just in their bedroom, just like saying things into a camera. It's like, man, I get that this is a disposable medium, but fucking hell, this is rough. This is such an interesting design for a world.
No!
Oh no!
I've pressed the jump button, and instead it's just like. Slide, Mario, slide.
This looks so fucking cool.
But like, I don't mind when it's like, look, there's one up early on, and there's a second one quite late, so that you can actually, when I'm getting to this point, like, I can actually keep either alive or start gaining lives on it.
And I get it, this is a secret mission, but come on, that's like one checkpoint in the middle. Would that hurt?
But at least it's not like the other one where it's like, no, fuck you, no one-ups. So like, I just kept having to go back and come into the level over and over again. Mm-hmm. So like, at least this one is just, oh, okay, well, you can at least stay in the level and keep trying.
It's clear that you're going to keep trying.
Yeah, it is silly. And just, I think live system, like we've mentioned before, like live systems at this point in platformers are just a bit silly.
There was no reason to, is there? Like, they existed for, like, you know, to artificially pad the length of like games.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that anymore. Or you shouldn't if you're making good games. Ah!
So this is how far I'm getting like every time now.
It's that awkward corner, man. You're fighting the camera as much as you're fighting the stage there.
But it's like I don't know if we mentioned like when we talked about it earlier of like Crash Bandicoot 4 is like, oh, you can choose to go into like a retro mode where you have lives, but we don't recommend it. We recommend you just play where it keeps track of your deaths, but you don't have a life system.
Because the life system was always just really awkward, where it was like, I remember, because I played through the game like a couple of years ago with a mate when we were drunk, and like every time we go out for a drink, we just play some Crash Bandicoot 3.
Yeah.
And I just remember it got to a point where we've got 4 lives left, so let's not try this new level because it's quite difficult. Let's go all the way back to the beginning and just grind out some lives.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah.
And it's, at that point, what is that adding to your experience of the game?
Not particularly, no. Although, I do like a couple of like those old game things we go back now, where I recall Final Fantasy VII had what I think, like the original Final Fantasy, the PlayStation 1, had one of the strongest advertising campaigns in the booklet. Because if, oh god,
oh my god,
Mario!
It's a giant one.
Oh my god, what is this level? Right, do it.
Oh! No, Mario, no!
No! The panic! You know what, Lucas, though? You earned that.
I did.
You earned that, my friend.
Oh, my heart was pumping then.